What's going on, everyone? In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at all of the weapons coming in Dawning this season and all of the possible god rolls for PvE as well as PvP. With the Dawning returning today, we are getting Avalanche, Glacioclasm, Zephyr, and Cold Front, as well as the brand new Stay Frosty Legendary Pulse Rifle. Now, all of the returning weapons are getting an updated perk pool, and quite a few of them are pretty juicy. Starting off here with the brand new Stay Frosty 450 lightweight pulse rifle, you can see that this thing is actually going to be pretty solid in PvP. Off the rip here, we've got things like Killing Wind, Moving Target, and Tunnel Vision in the third slot. And then we have Kill Clip, Desperado, and even Golden Tricorn in the fourth for PvP. The Dawning Surprise is the origin trait where you just basically get Dawning gifts for rapidly defeating targets. So in PvP, I would definitely recommend going with something like Small Bore, Ricochet rounds, and then your preference between Moving Target or Killing Wind, and then again, your preference between Desperado and Kill Clip. However, for PvP, I would go with something like Appended Mag, and then you could go with Fluted Barrel, and then honestly, Well-Rounded seems to be the best in slot for the third column for PvE. And in the fourth column, I would definitely go with something like Golden Tricorn or Headstone, depending on what you want to do with this weapon. Golden Tricorn is an absolute beast of a perk for PvE. Moving on here to what I think is the absolute juiciest looking one this Dawning, and this is Cold Front, the 750 RPM kinetic SMG. Right off the bat here in PvP, this thing, Accurize around Small Bore, and then you can go with either Tap the Trigger or Perpetual Motion in the third slot, and then Rangefinder in the fourth. This thing is going to be an absolute beast. One interesting one to note, though, it gets Cascade Point, which is basically the inverse of Adagio. So if you get a final blow or you sustain precision hits, you're going to be upping this weapon's RPM to a 900. However, for PvE here, again, probably something like Tac Mag you would want. And then, again, you could probably go with Small Bore, or you could go with something like Corkscrew. And then Subsistence and One for All, or something like Stats for All, One for All. Those are going to be your go-tos for PvE, as well as Frenzy would also work in the fourth column. Now, moving on over to Glacioclasm, it does lose backup plan. So for PvP, what you're going to want to go with is Under Pressure and Eye of the Storm, or Under Pressure High Impact Reserves. Now for PvE, this thing actually gets an interesting role with Repulsor Brace and Golden Tricorn. So I would recommend definitely checking that one out if you get your hands on that, or Subsistence and Reservoir Burst. Moving on over here to the Avalanche Machine Gun. One that immediately stuck out to me for PvE was the fact that it gets Target Lock, which the damage increases the longer this weapon remains on a target. So you're going to basically be just upping your damage every time you're hitting the target. And then if you pair that with Ambitious Assassin and Overflow the Magazine, there is a good chance you could do a lot of damage with this weapon. However, it also gets Incandescent, so definitely be on the lookout for that as well. In PvP though, I mean, it's a machine gun. Dynamic Sway and Tap the Trigger would probably be the move, or Vorpal if you want to just get those Guardians out of their supers. Lastly, we're going to move on to the Zephyr Sword here. Third column, definitely Relentless or Tireless would be the move here. I mean, Turnabout, Wellspring, Unrelenting, Thresh, Duelist Trance, none of those are really worth getting. And then in the fourth column here, it actually gets updated. It got Surrounded, Vorpal, and Chain Reaction. However, Cold Steel is its bread and butter of the weapon. Definitely try and get your hands on a Cold Steel one, but if you get something like Chain Reaction or Vorpal Weapon, or even Surrounded to pair with Tireless or Relentless, it's not going to be that bad of a deal, but definitely go for one with Cold Steel on this. That is going to do it for the video. Happy hunting, happy baking this Dawning, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Peace.